The release date of Zombies 4, which we can expect to premiere. The movies talked about a world where humans and zombies are living alongside each other after a nuclear explosion turns almost half of the population of Seabrook into zombies. As far as we know, Zombies 3 will reintroduce Milo Manheim and Meg Donnelly as the well-known zombie and cheerleader couple from Seabrook High School. In the first film, we met a zombie football player, Zed, and human cheerleader Addison, who fall in love. And as for the crew, well, let's just say that this popular franchise's director Paul Hohn and writers Joseph Razzo and David Light will be back for the last film. After the success of Zombies 2, Disney produced Zombies 4. We are placing a wager that the third movie will live up to its enormous success. Lauren Kisilevsky, the vice president of Disney Television, also affirmed this. The fantastic squad of zombies, werewolves, and cheerleaders was assembled so they could battle the menace of galactic proportions that might permanently alter the face of Seabrook, she continued. When strangers attempt to invade Seabrook, the Zombies 4 release date is still up in the air. What to expect in Zombie 4? Seabrook High's prom is quickly approaching, and Addison and Zed's youthful romance seems dubious after Zed stole the jewelry she believed would turn her into her true self, a werewolf. However, since this is a Disney film, of course everything will work out in the end. Disney plus Zombies 4 release date. If you recall, Zed actually offered Addison an apology after realizing how rude he had been to both her and their werewolves. Then Addison explains that she had assumed everything would make sense if she was a werewolf, but that is not the case. She isn't even sure if she wants to be a cheerleader anymore. At that point, Zed stepped forward and urged Addison to keep bringing people together as a cheerleader. The story eventually concludes with a kiss and makeup. It was a sweet moment, but it wasn't the end of the zombies, as later that night, a meteor crashes in Seabrook at the most unanticipated time. This caused Addison's radio to go off and wake her up, but when she turns around, she notices that her hair is different from how it was before and that it is blazing a bright blue color, which makes her wonder how the conclusion of Zombie 2 may affect the final film. Could Anderson end up being an extraterrestrial? As Eddie and Addison begin their senior year of high school, the third zombie movie's description recently teased an alien twist that would soon be revealed. But before we get there, let's go back to the beginning of Seabrook and see how the tale came to be. The settlers bought off a bunch of wearables from the Moonstone and that they were keeping underground in Zombie 4 story. Spoilers and overview. But a lot of time has passed since Seabrook and the zombie communities made peace with one another. And in Zombies 2, Zed had already made plans to ask Addison to the prom because she had been working hard to become the cheer captain. However, Bucky advances to become the school's president, which is bad. The situation quickly deteriorates after that, since the bus carrying the cheerleaders suddenly crashes into a forbidden forest during a road accident that Zed caused. The cheerleading squad first came into contact with the werewolves at this point. The moment they returned to Seabrook, the entire town is in a state of panic. Everyone was startled when the mayor reintroduced the anti-monster ordinance because it prevented zombies from attending the prom. However, Zed recognizes that if he is elected president of the high school, he can change the situation and grant more rights to zombies and werewolves. On the other side, the neighborhood werewolves were becoming unwell because they were wearing necklaces made of moonstone, which gave them their eerie powers. They run the risk of dying as the moonstone's strength begins to wane if they lose these stones though. They look for alternative means of charging their bracelets. They may have a chance to survive even without the moonstone if a girl with white-colored hair appears as the Great Alpha, according to the prophecy leader. When the wolves show up in Zombie Town, Zed tries to organize them so they can support him in the election and help him become the president of the high school. This provides the werewolves a cause to enroll in Seabrook High School so they could get close to this wonderful alpha. The werewolves eventually take Addison to the den where she is informed that she is crucial to the prophecy. Addison couldn't believe she was a part of something so amazing since they did not see the sense in changing who they are in order to fit in. She is given a fully charged necklace right away that was saved for the Great Alpha. If she transforms into a werewolf after wearing the necklace, it will prove prove that she was a real wolf from the beginning. Addison was given a fully day to determine whether or not she wanted to join the wolves after learning that they existed. But soon after, she is discovered by her friends in the wolf den. Disney Zombies 4 cast members: Milo Manheim, who will play Zed; Meg Donnelly, who will play Addison; Chandler Kinney, who will play Willa; Pierce Jova, who will play Yat; Matt Cornett, who will play Aelin; Trevor Torchman, who will play Bucky; Kaylee Russell, who will play Eliza; Jeffrey, who will play Bree; G. Kira Tanto, who will play Ailey; Kingston Foster, who will play Zoe. They believe she was in serious trouble. Zed intervened at the point that took the Moonstone away from her by telling her she shouldn't be a monster. The following day, Addison informed Zed that she was prepared to don the necklace, but he angrily yanked it from her. The Moonstone was missing when Addison eventually came across the werewolves. After some time had passed, Zed admitted that he had been the one who had taken the jewelry from her and returned it. When she put the necklace on right away out of range, Addison realized she wasn't a true werewolf because she didn't change at all. Zed, Addison, werewolves, and pretty much everyone else attend the prom after that. Everyone dances, and Addison and Zed eventually reconcile. However, as soon as this occurs, the ground begins to tremble and split into a blue glow emerging from beneath. The Moonstone is not completely shattered at this point, and the werewolves decide to go into the hole to look for it. After finding the Moonstones with some assistance from other kids, they return to the prom and enjoy the remainder of the evening. Not to mention that Zed and Addison eventually share their first kiss. Zed will be the first zombie in history to attend college if he receives an athletic scholarship. Addison, on the other hand, is preparing for her first international cheer-off contest. However, during the first few minutes of introducing themselves, several extraterrestrial entities began to materialize in the vicinity. They don't seem to be very amiable. The only confirmed cast members that will officially be a part of the third movie are kind of expected. And yes, you probably guessed it. It's Meg Donnelly as Addison and Milo Manheim as Zed. However, as far as we suspect, actor Trevor Torchman, actor Michael C. Hall, and actor Jeremy Renner will also likely appear in the third movie if they weren't there with just as startled as everyone else. What do you anticipate will happen? Do you think Addison is an extraterrestrial in Zombies 4? Or does her dazzling blue hair have another explanation? Please let me know by leaving a comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, please press the like button, turn on the notification bell, and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thank you for stopping by to watch. See you in our next video.